Hey up there, legal warriors, welcome back. This video is a shorty, but a goodie. It's a question I get asked a lot. Do I have to go to every court date in my crime in Washington state? And if I don't go, does it make me look bad? If you're interested in the answer to those questions, stay tuned because this is the video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I'm a defense attorney in Linwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington state for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. The rule of thumb for crimes, of course, is if we have a court date, we need to go to the court date. The rule of thumb is if we miss a court date, we get a warrant for arrest. And that was almost always the case pre-COVID. Post-COVID, there's been some changes to the criminal rules. In some cases, the criminal attorney can appear now on behalf of their client if they've maintained good contact with the client, explained speedy trial and what's going to happen, and has the authority to waive speedy trial in case there's a continuance. There's different rules for different courts that the attorney needs to worry about, but the good news for a client, for someone charged with a crime, the defendant, is they have an attorney. Now they may not have to miss so much work. They may not have to go to each and every court date. And in some cases, if they do need to appear, now it can be by Zoom, but we're talking about appearing at all for purposes of this video. So, do you have to go to your court date? Ask your attorney. The answer for arraignment is yes, unless your attorney is allowed to waive the arraignment. Most non-felony matters can be waived except for DUI, driving under the influence, and a domestic violence charge. Some courts have local court rules and play by their own rules because that's what they can do in their court. So listen to your attorney, but for the most part, we need to go to the arraignment unless your attorney can waive it. What about the next hearings? Pre-trial hearings. For the most part, nowadays, when I'm filming this in February of 2023, the attorney can appear on behalf of their client under Rule 3.4, what we just talked about. We talked to the client about speedy trial, stuff like that. And so again, even just yesterday, should I go to court, Lance? I was asked by a client, and I said, look, it's every right you have to go to court to watch what happens on the Zoom or in person. But in reality, these rules are there for a reason. It doesn't look worse for you if you don't log into the court hearing or show up in the court if your attorney is allowed to do it for you. You're just following the rules, right? And in fact, it moves quicker if you're not there because the court is never going to remember if you were there or not, those type of things. Now, there are certain cases, I can think of one which I won't talk about due to confidentiality, where I want my client there in each court date due to the way my client presents, the aura that client puts off. I think it's helpful for their case. And a specific case where I have a particular client show up. But the rule of thumb, at least in our firm, is we want to make it convenient for our clients to not have to wait 90 minutes to 2 hours or however long it might be for their court case to be called when we can do it for them. So my position is no, it does not look bad if you follow the rules and are allowed not to show up and you don't show up as long as your attorney does. If there is a resolution to the case, you're always going to have to show up at the resolution. You might have to show up in person, depending on the type of resolution or the court. But remember, what we want you doing is we want you being with as little stress as possible, keeping your life as normal as possible, while we hopefully do the heavy lifting. When I say us, I'm talking about the defense bar in general. I think most defense attorneys are there really primarily to help their clients and try to help protect them from the system, help save their lives, and help make their lives better. So the answer to the question is no, it does not look bad if you are following the rules, not appearing in court. The tip is listen to your attorney. If you do want to show up, that's great. You absolutely can. And it can be interesting. You might feel better showing up, but you are not required to in some situations. And I firmly believe it doesn't make you look bad if you're allowed not to show and you follow up with that. We just say, look, they're working. They're trying to earn money. They're trying to do things to better themselves versus waiting in court. And the court's never going to remember it anyway. So if you found this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. More importantly, if you have a criminal matter in Washington State you need some help with, feel free to give my office a call. We'll listen to what happened, we'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.